How Devin Booker evolved into a good defender. Devin Booker, empty stats, no defense. All of these were accusations that Devin Booker has undoubtedly overcome. When he first entered the league, Book was rough around the edges, but over the multiple regime changes in Phoenix, over the years, it has refined Book down to a polished stone, and now he has a claim to be the best at his position in the league. And I'm here to answer two questions for you. How bad was his defense, and how good is it now? If you're tired of stats in every video, don't worry, we don't do that here. Going way back to 2019, it's Book's 5th year in the league during the point Book era. Around the league, Book was considered to be a pretty terrible defender, and I mean, they weren't that far off. Book would show flashes here or there on what he can do, but most of the games there was a target on his head. So let's take a look at some film. Against the Celtics with Kyrie, DBook is helping way too far over on Al Horford's driving lane. It's a bad closeout and it leads to an easy layup. This time Book is on Terry Rozier, chasing him around the screen. It's another bad closeout, putting him in chase, and Rozier puts up one pump fake. Book goes flying, but Rozier can't finish it. Some of this stuff is just bad defensive schemes, like Book's teammates put him in a bad position here, guarding 3 different guys. So when the ball gets kicked to the corner, again, just one pump fake, Book bites on it, and now it's a wide open shot, but Book gets lucky again. Here in the fast break, Book is the first man back, and what? He tries to draw a charge, but Brown gets around him and finishes for 2. Now in overtime, Kyrie draws in the help, and Book starts running to the wrong corner. He poorly recovers to Morris, and it's a wide open layup. This time against the Super Team Warriors, Clay bumps Book, gets some separation, and Book doesn't even jump. Again, this time Book has to get around the moving screen, and it leaves Clay wide open for another midi. Here they switch this KD and Curry action. Just one jab from Steph and it gets Book off balance, then Steph steps back for a great shot. This time, Book is against Gallinari. All Gallo does is look at the rim, and Book jumps at it, and he gets an easy 2. Book also struggled big time with staying engaged when his man doesn't have the ball. Here, he gets caught ball watching by Jay Crowder, but luckily it's Jay Crowder. Again, some of these aren't Book's fault. They are just miscommunications by a young team. Ayton goes to switch out Bridges, who's on Adams, and Book's man has the ball, so when he gives it up, Bridges switches out, and Book leaves Paul George wide open, and it's too late. Against Toronto Kawhi, he tries backing down DBook. He gets to his spot, but it's a good contest from Book, and it's a miss. Now with more years under his belt, slowly but surely, Book has become a smarter defender. Last season against the Kings, he reads Monk's corner pass and he gets a steal. In this dribble handoff, Book gets his hand in there to break it up and get the steal. Book has also gotten better at rotating over. Here he rotates and contests without fouling to prevent a wide open layup. When the Suns are forced to switch the pick and roll, when Herter tries to bounce it to Sabonis, Book sniffs out the pass and gets another steal. This was a game I was at. Here when CP and Gobert are matched up, Book rotates over perfectly to break up the entry pass. Here Book gets a beautiful bucket, and off the quick inbound pass, Book just swipes it and the Kings foul him. Again, Book has just gotten smarter overall. Here when this pick and roll doesn't go anywhere, Book reads the corner outlet and intercepts it. Again, Book helps off his man and breaks up the pass to Sabonis, and it's another turnover. This time, Book is in the pick and roll, and when Ayton helps over and the ball gets thrown to Sabonis, Book gets his hand up in there and breaks up the action. Here, Ayton gets a wide open lob, and so when Cat gets the board, he tries to outlet it to Edwards, and Book gets another steal. Earlier in the game, Book got around the screen and stayed level with Conley, forcing him to fade. Here, falling for the jab, he gets around Gobert, and it's still a great contest. In the playoffs, Book's defense reached a tier above what he showed in the regular season. This time against Clippers Kawhi, when Book switches onto him, Kawhi tries to post him up. He reads the pass perfectly and even saves the deflection. and it leads to another and one on the other end. This whole series, Book really bothered Westbrook. He follows Westbrook perfectly and stays strong on his finish, careful to not foul, and Westbrook misses the layup. This time Westbrook posts up Book, and when he can't move him, he fades away and breaks it. Here after Book commits the turnover, instead of going for a charge, this time he tracks down Highland and gets a great block. Book helps off his man to go stuff Westbrook. Here Highland makes a great cut, and Book is the low man, so he rotates over and blocks him again. This time, the untouchable player gets caught up, and his bailout pass is so bad, Book tracks it down and he gets rewarded with 2 on the other end. Now in the series against the Nuggets, here Book gets around the screen, follows Murray's step back perfectly and gets in a good contest, but the Suns don't know what a rebound is. Another end of the shot clock situation, Book stays level with Murray, follows him perfectly and gets a good contest to force a miss. Here KCP drives in, but Book gets above KCP before he even jumps and alters the shot, and it leads to a 3 on the other end. Here, I don't know how Ayton ended up on this island, but MPJ easily gets around him and Book is the low man. He rotates over and blocks the 6'10 MPJ, forcing a jump ball. Here, Book gets switched onto Aaron Gordon. He drives in, bumps Book, and Book just takes off to block Gordon. KD gets doubled here, and the Nuggets force a turnover. The ball gets passed ahead to Murray, and Book turns on his boosters to track him down and get the chase down block. Here, Brown is pushing the pace, Book stays level and doesn't foul, forcing a miss. Compared to his closeouts I showed earlier in the video, this is much better. So Gordon attacks Book off the dribble, but Book makes the shot just hard enough to force another miss. Again, using his improved closeout, he tracks down MPJ's step back midi and contests it well. This time Brown tries to move Book with his size, but it doesn't work. And Book contests the little hook, but again, what even is a rebound? Again, Brown wants to push the pace, but Book is in the right spot and Bruce airballs the layup. This time, navigating the screens, Ayton calls for a switch, and I'm impressed with that closeout, but Gordon decides it's a good enough shot anyway. And sometimes, even with great defense, there can always be better offense. Now, you know how Devin Booker completed his transformation into a two-way player, and based off of what I've heard from Frank Vogel the entire offseason, it looks like Book has taken another step in the right direction and bought even more into that side of the ball. If you watch till the end, watch one of these videos on the screen and maybe subscribe too. Let's get this channel to 1K.